Hey guys, today I'm going to be reviewing LEGO Star Wars 75316 Mandalorian Starfighter, based on the Clone Wars Season 7. First up we have Gar Saxon. This is a really good figure. He's got some really nice printing on the front and on the legs as well. It would have been nice if we could have gotten a karma that goes all the way around, instead of just printed on the front, maybe printed on the sides or even an actual cloth piece to go around. He has a Mandalorian blaster, this mold that LEGO stopped using for a while and then they decided to start using it again, so I'm happy about that. He's got a really nice detailed torso print, and he also has this new helmet mold, which is pretty similar to the old Mandalorian helmet mold, except, of course, it has horns. It doesn't have the holes in the side, so you can't give it an antenna or anything, although there aren't any Mandalorians with horns that have antennas or visors, so I don't know why you'd want to do that. He's got the cool yellow visor, and yeah, I really like this mold. It's very accurate, although the horns are a little bit chubby. If we take off the helmet, I'll give you a better look at that. And the inside and stuff. We've got a face print. They didn't include a hairpiece for some reason, like they did for Bo-Katan, but I don't know. I guess there isn't really a good hairpiece for him, so LEGO didn't want to include one that they would get that would be criticized because it's not a very good choice for him. But there isn't really a very good choice at all, so if you have a hairpiece that you think would be good, just use that if you want. If I take off the jetpack, there is actually a back print, which also looks pretty cool. And, once the figure is all back together, he looks really cool on the front, but on the back he's just kind of plain, all gunmetal grey, no colour variation at all. But other than that, it's a really great figure. It would have been nice if we could have gotten one of these mole Mandalorians to go with Gar Saxon, like Bo-Katan got a Mandalorian to go with her, but I guess not. Here is the Bo-Katan Kryze minifigure we've been waiting for 12 years since she was first in Star Wars The Clone Wars. And 3 TV shows and 12 years later, we finally get a minifigure of her. I was worried that they weren't going to do the white on her helmet very well up on the top there, but they actually did it pretty well, if I can get into focus for you. Yep. It's pretty good. I would have preferred maybe a slightly lighter color for the helmet, but I don't think that they do only slightly lighter color than this blue. I like the blue hands, but I also kind of don't like them. It was an odd choice, but I guess it's accurate. She also has 2 of these Mandalorian pistols and a gunmetal grey jetpack, as well as some really good printing on her torso and legs. If I take the helmet off, she does have a face print. Here is the hairpiece that comes in the set to go on her. It doesn't look great, but there isn't really a better mold, nor do I think that LEGO would be able to make one that looks better for her. Yeah, I don't know. She also has a more angry expression on the back. And if I take off the jetpack, she's got a back print with more shiny armor printing on there, which is pretty cool. We finally got a Bo-Katan Kryze minifigure, that's all I care about. The set also comes with a generic Mandalorian Loyalist, as it's called on the box. As we see in the show, there are a bunch of Mandalorians in Clan Night Owl serving Bo-Katan in the Mandalore Resistance. And yeah, this one's pretty cool. We've got some scratched up painting on the torso. It's got grey around there. He's pretty much light grey all over, with dark grey armor with faded blue paint printed on. I like the pattern on his helmet, and underneath is just a normal black head, because we don't know what he looks like. He's not an actual character from the show, just generic. If I take this off, he has a back print as well, similar to the front, but obviously with the normal style of back print for Mandalorians. Now let's get to the set. Here is the Mandalorian Starfighter in landing mode. It's got one fatal flaw to this. As you can see, it is tilted down. There is no proper landing gear to hold it up, and so it kind of just leans forward. This can easily be fixed if you just lift this up. Just get 2 stacks of 2 studs and put them on the underside of these 2 bricks here. And there you go. Look at that. Fixed. Although this does cause a problem later when you're having it in flying mode. I'll just leave it like this to show you the rest of the set from a better angle. It's got some nice detailing at the front here with these cannons in there. 2 stud shooters on the side. Something I don't like is these massive gaps in here, but otherwise this area is pretty good. The cockpit does open up. I'll get the figures in there for you quickly. There is enough space for 2 figures in the cockpit. You're gonna have to fold down Bo-Katan's antenna, which is unfortunate, but you know, it doesn't really matter. If I can turn this around for you, get a good angle, there's actually a control panel in there for whoever's piloting it. And yeah, so you will have to fold down that antenna to close the cockpit properly. There aren't actually any studs holding these guys down, so you can just take them in and out really easily, no troubles there. And the stickers on the cockpit are nice and detailed, really like that. And now let's take a look at it in flying mode. So to get it in flying mode, you're just going to want to fold down the wings. So as you can see, they're straight up. Just fold them all the way down. There is this little thing here that stops them folding down too far, which I like. And I don't know how I'm going to show you this, because I've only got one hand. There we go. So you can hold it up, it flies like that, and also sideways like I had it before, like on the box. In Universe, the cockpit does spin all the way around, stays vertical as the wings are going around. And I'll quickly show you that problem that was there with the 2 studs, with the 4 studs I should say, on the bottom for the landing gear. So as you can see, if I have those on the bottom there, and I try to spin this, it does get stuck on the wing there, so that's probably why they didn't add landing gear. Anyway, but I do have another solution for this, so stay to the end of the video to see that. There are some engines on the back with stickers there. I really like what they've done with the patterning on the wings, using all those different bricks. There are spring-loaded shooters on the side of each wing, so you've got those stud shooters and the spring-loaded shooters. And yeah, I like the detailing on the back as well. I'll put this down to show you the rest of it. So as you can see, there's a sticker on here, and also this little turret on the back that you can spin at 360 degrees, which is pretty nice. And there is one of this piece on the bottom here, as you can see, and it is held upside down there by a ball joint. And it does just so happen that in Universe, this is where the exit ramp of the Mandalorian Starfighter is. So if you just put that down, there you go. There's the exit ramp of the Mandalorian Starfighter. Doesn't actually lead anywhere, and it's much too small to have a figure actually use it. But you know, it's kind of similar to the landing ramp on Kylo Ren's shuttle or the Millennium Falcon Lego sets, where it just doesn't work. It's just there for show. So I think that kind of works the same way. Even though it wasn't an intended feature, it's still pretty good. So it's a nice set, I reckon. As long as you do this mod, which I'm going to show you now, made by Riley Baird, I think that's how you pronounce it. So here is the mod by Riley Baird, and wow does it work well. It's completely straight up, so it achieves the same result as just adding those extra pieces to the bottom. But if you fold it up and twist the cockpit around, it doesn't get stuck, it doesn't get bumped, you can turn it around easily. You do get a few extra parts after, but it doesn't require any extra parts, so that's a pro. The only downside is that it stops you using the exit ramp here, but that wasn't really a feature in the first place, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I do have one thing to say though. In the video, in the tutorial, it says to put the landing gear like this, but if you push it down, it'll just flop downwards. But if you twist it around the other way on the ball joint and put it back up, it works perfectly well, and it will not come down. So, if you just fold that back up and put it in flying mode, as you can see, it goes past there easily and will not get caught like the studs do. The link to his tutorial will be in the description, and I definitely recommend that you check it out, and some other mods that he makes to other sets, like turning a TIE Fighter into a TIE Interceptor, an AT-AT into an AT-ACT, and stuff like that. He makes really good content, definitely check him out. I'm definitely going to leave my Mandalorian Starfighter like this instead of using the original set. It's really good. If you enjoyed, please like the video and subscribe if you enjoy the content that I make. Thank you for watching, goodbye.